Now we're moving on to, let's do beans so I can put those out of the way because I'm not planting these beans until spring. So I've got bush beans. I planted some of these, they did grow. The problem, and I have tons so I can share a lot of these. The problem with this is I planted it in a bed that had the blue cardboard underneath it and all of them had trouble. I maybe got 10 beans total from like 18 plants. So I'm gonna try again in proper conditions and see how this goes. I have these that are, this one was hard to grow, but it did grow and it's pretty old. I got this 2017. So this is pretty old, but it did grow. And I don't know if it's because it's a container variety. I don't know. But I'm gonna try this again and see. I'll just plan out all of these. If anyone wants any of these, I can send you some. And I have these whole yard long beans. I only have 20 seeds, so I don't know how this is gonna go. I could probably share 2 to 3 people, like 6 of them, and keep 14 for myself. And then I have these burgundy, royal burgundy bush beans. These look very pretty. I can't wait to grow these. And it seems like there's enough in there so I could share maybe 3 seeds or 2 seeds. It's not a lot of seeds that I'm gonna send because I need to plant enough. That way if something happens to my plant, then I can, you know, go back and plant another. But I am willing to share to the people that it's gonna be first come, first serve. So these are my beans. I'm gonna put these away since I'm not gonna plant any of these right now. I got this sprouting broccoli, purple sprouting broccoli from Amazon. I planted some. They haven't even seeded, so I need to read up on this again. And then I have regular sprouting broccoli that I planted. I think they've germinated. I have to look at my seedlings and see. But I have tons in here, so I'm willing to share some of this. Let's look at root vegetables. I did not plant. I had plans on planting turnip. I've never had turnip. I pickled some turnip and it's still in my fridge. So I don't know how I feel about turnips, but I would like to grow at least one and try it. Beets I love, especially when they're pickled. So I planted some, killed some in this container that I was trying to make a greenhouse because it got too hot. But I have enough out there that will give me a few beets, and I will try again in the spring. So I have tons of beets. These I got from Home Depot, so I'm more than willing to share some of those as well. Other root vegetables, I have carrots. I tried carrots in the spring. I tried again in the summer because I saw people planting carrots and no luck. I don't know if it's because I didn't keep them covered and moist long enough, but this time I've planted all 3 and I water them every day, and I have them covered with a piece of cardboard until they germinate. So that's what I'm doing. This one I'll share. These look fun, so I'll definitely share maybe 5 seeds per person, and then same thing for these. Okay, all right, let's move on to kohlrabi. I had kohlrabi from the farmer's market. Love it, especially if I cut it up in a stir fry. So it's quite tasty, and I have some planted in seedlings planted that I'm gonna put in my garden. The seeds are tiny, so yeah, if anyone wants to try these, just let me know. I planted potatoes, but as I mentioned in one of my videos, I was watching videos on root stout, and with root stout you don't water them. So I didn't water my potatoes even though I didn't use the root stout method, so my potatoes didn't grow. And I do have some potato seeds that have sprouted over there, but I ordered these because I wanted to know what potato seeds look like. So I ordered these and it only has 12 seeds in here. So maybe I'll share 2. I mean, even from 1 seed, you should be able to get a lot. So maybe I'll just do 1 seed to 3 people for that one. Let's talk about radishes. I grew radishes. I planted this one in spring. Tons. Only one of them grew and it was tiny like a marble. I'll insert a picture. So I started radishes. I planted these in my garden. They are growing. I planted French dressing in my garden. They're growing. I planted black Spanish radish in my garden. I think these are growing. I have to mark where I plant them. I planted this one. They're growing. I planted the watermelon radish, they're growing, and I haven't planted these yet because I need to plant them up against a pole. But these radishes grow like string beans, and I did some last year. They didn't grow long enough, but the flowers are very pretty, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to try that and see how. But I love radishes, not necessarily raw radishes, but when I pickle them, I love them on salads. So I want to have enough over the winter time to just eat to my heart's content. So these are all my radishes. I can't wait to see what these look like. But I am willing to share these. I think most people will be interested in the fancy ones, so I'm willing to share. Let's see, maybe 2 or 3 seeds per person, and you still have time to plant these if you live where it doesn't start snowing until December. Okay? All right, let's talk about my peas. Tons and tons of peas. I think I have 7 different types. For some reason, I planted this blue bantam. I planted Burpina early. I planted this Oregon Sugar Pod 2. I planted this Sugar Daddy Stringless. I planted this pea, Green Arrow Shellin peas, and I planted this Sugar Magnolia. So I am excited to see what my peas look like when they bloom. This one I didn't plant because I just found the pack and it's sealed. So that's disappointing, but I'm still gonna try because it says 60 days to harvest. And I may have some space in my garden. So for these, I'm willing to share maybe 2 or 3 seeds per person if I have enough. Okay, let's do cucumbers next. Actually, let's do loofah. Ordered loofah because I was watching Homestead Heart. I think that's the name of the channel, and they grew loofah, and then there was this other lady that had loofah, so I want to try and even use the loofah in my kitchen instead of the sponges that I buy at the store. This has, it doesn't say how many seeds in there. Let me open this so I can show you guys what the seeds look like. And if it's a lot, then I can send 110 days to maturity. Oh, I left my what you call it outside, my toothpicks. Oh, that's what they look like. They look like squash seeds. There's enough in here. I can do like 2 seeds for 5 people, hopefully, if anybody's interested in that. Cucumbers. This year I got cucumber plants from Home Depot because I didn't get my seeds in time. But these are old from 2018, so these probably won't grow. But I'm just gonna toss them in. I have a bed in my garden that I'm gonna use as a sacrifice garden bed. So insects and whatever, if they need things to eat, they can just eat that. So I'll plant the old seeds in that bed. And I got that idea from Liz Zorab here on YouTube. So that's gonna go in my sacrificial garden. I grew lemon cucumber this year that I got from Home Depot, the plant. It was very prolific. I didn't really like them. There's nothing wrong with them, but I just I was expecting something different, but I saved some of the seeds and I'm going to try and plant them and see. And then one of my cucumbers, these two got pollinated. They pollinated each other, so I grew a round green cucumber. So I saved the seeds for that, so I'm going to experiment with those. These are my cucumber seeds. And let's see. Yeah, I have enough in here to share, like 2 or 3 seeds per person. Because I just got these. Are mini, and I just want to try those and see. Feels like there's enough in here for me to share. And then these little cucamelons, look how cute. And what I plan on doing is planting these in my front. I have 2 flower pots on the front of my house, so I'm going to plant them so that I can just walk out my front door and snack on these, and then the little blossoms will be really, really pretty. And then I'm going to pickle some, and I'm just looking forward to these. And then this is just a baby Persian cucumber. I love cucumber because I make watermelon juice during the summertime. And I put cucumber in it, and it's just absolutely refreshing. So I love cucumbers. All right, those are my cucumbers. Let's move on to, this video is 12 minutes. Oh my goodness. I'm almost done. Not really. I've got okra. I'm growing okra. I love okra. If you don't cook it too long, it doesn't get very slimy. But the blooms on okra, they're so pretty. So even if you don't want to eat the okra, I would recommend just growing the plant. They're tall and stately, and the blooms are really, really pretty. And then the bees would love it too. So I got these 2. The ones that I have in my backyard, I bought at Home Depot. But I'm gonna try and grow these from. From seed and see. And it seems like there's enough in here for me to share. Especially this one. I've never seen red burgundy. My mom is not a fan of all of the. Oh, I can use this. She's not a fan of the things that she's never seen before. Okay, there's tons of seeds in here, so I can share. I can definitely share, and this one seems like a lot too. So if you're interested in any of these, just let me know. Let's look at my melons. I've got Sugar Baby. I grew 2 watermelons. One of them split, but my mom and I still ate it. And then the other one, I got really impatient and I was moving my garden bed, and it pulled up the trellis and it pulled the root out. So now it's, yeah, I completely messed it up. I could kick myself, but I grew one from seed, but it didn't have enough time to grow. So these, I have tons of watermelon seeds, so I'm more than willing to share. This Sugar Baby, can't wait. I don't know, when I drink watermelon juice, my skin just, especially on my face, it just completely clears up. So I love watermelon juice, especially during the summertime. We've got tons of watermelon, tons of seeds to share. I've got this ground cherry. It says pineapple on here. I don't know what the seeds are. Let me see. So I'm gonna do 2 videos. I'm just gonna do this video where I'm just sharing my seeds. I know it's a video that I would watch while I'm doing things. Just have it playing in the background. Come on. Holy mackerel, these are tiny. Look how tiny. Can you see that? Can you see that right there? Can you see that? Yeah, it's very tiny. But there's tons in here, so I can definitely share. I have this Mountain Sweet Yellow Watermelon. I am willing to share because there's maybe enough seeds in there. And I have Cantaloupe. I know this grows because I grew one, but it died, had bottom rot. because I didn't know it was on the plant, even though I check my garden every day. And when I found it, it had rotted because we had rain for 2 weeks. So yep, you can share those. Let's move on to, oh my god, this is getting so long. I have butternuts, burpees, butter squash. Planted one of those. They got really, really leggy, and I have one out there that I'm still trying to grow. I don't know why I have so many of these. Look at this. Don't know why. Why did I need 2 of these? But anyway, I have these 2. I'm more than willing to share. I wanted to try this one because I see them in the farmer's market all the time. These would probably be good stuffed with rice and fake sausage. I got these because I think it'll look pretty in my garden, and I could roast those. And I got these patty pan, 2 different types of patty pan squash. And I think there are enough seeds in here for me to share. Okay. And let's see. Over here I'm starting to rush now. I've got cauliflower, cabbage, and rapini. I'm missing something. Where is that? I am missing some seeds. Another broccoli seeds. Anyway, cabbage, cauliflower, rapini. I love these. They're kind of bitter, but I love them. And I have tons of cabbage seeds. I could share. Ooh, so many. And then this, if you want to try the rapini. And then also cauliflower. I do fried cauliflower all the time. So that would be fun to grow. Moving on, I have peppers. Habanada. Haven't heard of that. Jalapeno, I use those all the time. Now these 2, I don't know. I just want to try and see. This has 20 seeds and this has 25. And I'm willing to share at least 3 seeds per person. I don't know if 3 seeds is enough, or if I can't do 5, because then I'm not going to have any left for myself. Maybe 3 seeds, and then this sweet pepper that I got too late. But all of these will be planted in the spring, going to summer. And spring doesn't last very long here. All right, I've got this and my greens, and then I have another order that I got from Etsy. So this is tomato chocolate cherry, tomato rainbow blend, tomato indigo rose, this is tomatillo, tomato cherry falls, I've got tomatillo, I've got tomato San Marzano, I have a plant, one of these in the backyard, and it was very, very prolific. Got tons of tomatoes from it, and they last forever. I've had some sitting on my counter for the longest time, at least a month, and they're still hard, and I picked some of them right before they ripen all the way, so they last a lot longer. These I didn't have time to plant over in the spring because I got my seeds late, but I have quite a few seeds in here if anyone's interested. Yep, so those are tomato type things. And let me stop this. The next one is all of my greens, and then I'll do another, yep, hold on. Okay, so right here I have greens. I tried this in the spring and they bolted because I didn't know what I was doing, and I think it was too hot. So I have 2 of these. I have some of these planted now. I just can't wait to be able to walk out into my yard, my backyard or my garden, and get lettuce that I need for a quick meal, lunch, dinner. I have 2 of these that they sent to me when I purchased from them because I had 2 separate orders. All right, so I have Swiss chard. I planted some of these. They haven't sprouted yet. Kale, I have some kale planted. It's growing really, really slowly. Lacinato kale. I already did that one. I have Amaranth. Never had this before, wanted to try. It sounds like there's a lot of seeds in there, so if you're interested. Red Russian kale. I had some Red Russian kale seeds that didn't sprout. I had it in one of my videos, the August update. And I put it in a bin with some dirt because I was going to throw it away. And then one day I opened the bin and guess what? The seed sprouted in the bin. So I'm just going to toss those seeds in my sacrificial garden bed. Oh, there's a little fly. And let nature take its course. I love leeks. I buy leeks all the time and I have them with fake sausage and diced potatoes. So I want to try and grow these. It says sow, start inside 8 to 10 weeks before. Oh, so I need to start these inside. Yep, I'm behind on some stuff. I've got Brussels sprouts. Love Brussels sprouts. I have a jar that I pickled a couple of weeks ago. It's in my fridge. Bok choy. My mom and I eat bok choy every single week, and I planted tons in my garden. And I'm gonna try and see if I should do the, what's that called? Succession planting, so that I can keep getting Brussels sprouts until I can't anymore. Let's see if I can share some of these. Yeah, I think, let me see if I can share some of these. I need to be careful because these cheap washi tape keep ripping off information. Oh no, it's not a lot of seeds left in there. Maybe I'll do like a draw, like somebody can request those and I'll pull a name. Apple blossom Swiss chard. These grow really small for salads, and the harvest 20 to 35 days to harvest. So I have some of these growing in my garden. Microgreens. I got these from Home Depot. So these, like, I mean, anyone can get these, but I'm willing to share. Spinach I planted just now. I've got New Zealand spinach, and I have a Matador spinach in here. Matador spinach. This one is, what did it say? Sow it outside, but the temperature needs to be between 50 and 75 degrees. And right now we're still in the 80s, so I'm waiting to plant these, but these two I've already planted. Spinach to make green juice. Here I've got Matador spinach, I've got Bloomsdale, and I have New Zealand. I have arugula. I buy arugula almost every week. A lot of times it goes bad in my fridge, unfortunately. But if I'm growing my own, then it'll stay in the dirt until I'm ready for it. Mizuna, I've never had that before, but I want to try it. I have common sorrel. We grow sorrel in Jamaica, but I don't think it's this. But this is kind of like spinach, so I'm very excited to try that. This is a corn salad. Don't know what that's about. Oh, here's my broccoli, other broccoli. And this is frost tolerant. So temperature needs to be 60 to 85 degrees. So this needs to be planted this weekend. And watercress, love watercress. It's too hot outside for this, so I'm going to, it's too hot, and they do recommend that you, no, it doesn't say anything about that. Okay, and then I have this. Look at this. Can you imagine how pretty this is going to be in a garden bed? Red giant mustard. And this sounds like it has a lot of seeds, so I am sharing that. And this lettuce butter letterhead. I took the words from here and then over there and put a word together. That happens to me all the time. I have butter crunch lettuce, and it sounds like there's a lot, sounds and feels like there's a lot of seeds in here, so yes, I'm going to share those. And I think that's it. I don't think I'm gonna put a whole video up of this because people click off my videos all the time.